The doctor pulled me aside and asked if I was the afflicted one. When I finally went back to the hotel room, leaving my little brother all alone in the hospital waiting for him to be free from the demons in his brain, I fell apart and cried uncontrollably. I brought my brother back to Los Angeles with me and tried my best for the next 10 years to take care of him. It was harder than I ever could have imagined. There were many sleepless nights. One that I remember was when he believed that he was a movie director for action movies that were played on the internet. For some reason that required that the TV and the music be turned up as loud as possible while he entertained imaginary Hollywood big shots. On another sleepless night, I was rudely overstaying my welcome at his hotel while sleeping in my bedroom. He would come into the room every few minutes and yell as loudly as possible for me to pay the bill and leave because he needed the room for some out-of-town guests that were going to show up at any minute. That night, I called the police. When the police interviewed him, he was calm and made me out to be completely unreasonable. The police believed him and asked me to leave the house, my house. I tried to explain, but they decided that it was a dispute that we should handle on our own. As soon as the police left, my brother locked the door and attacked me. My screams brought the police back immediately, but they had to bust down the doors to get in. They handcuffed my brother and took him to the hospital. Less than an hour later, the hospital called and said, "There is nothing wrong with your brother. Please come pick him up." These sorts of incidents began to happen more and more frequently as my brother decided that he no longer wanted to take his medication because I was the one who was sick. Some of the incidents were terrifying and others were heartbreaking. The more he was in and out of the hospital, the less I was able to concentrate on work. I closed my office and tried to work from home. Things got worse. In his mind, I was an awful person. It didn't matter what I said or did, he would misconstrue it and make me into the villain. Finally, I asked him to leave. He moved out and into a small apartment of his own. That brought an entirely new set of problems. He drank and took substances until he couldn't move. His neighbors called the landlord, who called me when he fell flat on his face in the street and bled all over the sidewalks. Once he fell in the bathroom and broke the toilet, flooding the apartment. He ran away to Canada convinced that I was trying to steal his money, which he had made and saved lots of money before he got sick. Once there, he used up all of his money on substances. He now lives in the streets without a cent to his name. I offered to bring him back to Los Angeles and make sure that he had a comfortable place to live, food, and healthcare. He declined. My beautiful, brilliant, little brother is gone, and now a sad, lonely, street person that calls himself by the same name. People don't understand how scary it is to watch someone you love get slowly devoured by their mind.